Hey YouTube, it's Michael W here. It's michaelw.com, and today we'll be talking about the MyBook Essential by Western Digital. And before I go ahead and show you the product, I do have the box out for a reason, and that's just because I wanted to show you the little light right there. On the previous models, it normally had a lot larger light. So, just when you're using this in any kind of dark scenario, late night, that little light, it is a lot easier to deal with than the big light from the previous models. Now let's go ahead and get right into the device. Have it right here for you, and if you've seen any MyBook in the past, it should look pretty familiar to you. This one here is the 2 terabyte model, and that question does come up a lot. People will say that they set the device up and then they see it's supposed to be 2 terabytes, but it only has 1.8 terabytes or something like that. And the reason for that is just that the manufacturers, Western Digital and other companies, when they set these drives up, they calculate a gigabyte, for example, as being 1,000 megabytes. But for a computer, it sees a gigabyte as 1024 megabytes, which is what it should be. So it's not that you're being cheated, that there's some hidden files or anything like that. It's just that what the manufacturers count data number as opposed to what the computer counts them as. So, just getting back to the design, you can see it's pretty shiny. It's a lot of fingerprints on it. But I mean, once you have it set up, for the most part, I would assume that it wouldn't be moving around too much. So that really shouldn't be an issue. From the previous models, this one does have, as you can see, some rubber feet on the bottom. So, if you're using it upright, it is very stable, and you don't have to worry about it tipping over or anything like that. I have another MyBook, the 500 gig model, and I picked that one up when it first came out. And I don't remember exactly how long it was. I'll just say 2 years. But in that time, it's been completely reliable. I haven't had any kind of issues or anything like that. So, these things, they do last for a long time. And pretty much once you set them up, they're ready to go. And that'll bring me along to the next thing that I want to talk about, which is the setup. And basically, as you can see on the back, it's not really much to it. You have the spot to plug in your power supply, you have the USB spot, and then there's also a power button. And once you get those two plugged in and you plug it into your computer, if you're using anything from Windows XP and up, it's just plug and play. So you plug it in and it's literally ready right then. No further configuration required. If you're an advanced user or something like that, then you may want to change the partitioning on the hard drive or something like that. But other than that, nothing further is required. And I've been using this for a while right now, and like I said, I had a previous one, but I find it just as reliable. And going back from the previous model, this one, it incorporated something, a newer technology, USB 3.0. And if any of you are wondering, yes, it does come with the USB 3 wire. A lot of things like printers don't, where you have to go and purchase that separately, but it is included with this. So one less thing you need. And I'm a Mac user, so I don't have a USB 3 device to try it out on. But I mean, even with the USB 2 speeds, I stream movies over my wireless connection within my house. And whether it's movies, music, or anything like that, I don't have any kind of lag issues. The same with dragging files over and so forth. So it works as it should. The last thing that I pretty much want to talk about with this is the power supply. And as you can see here, if you've ever owned any kind of hard drive, external hard drive specifically, these plugs, they usually are set up. So say if this was your power strip running out this way, and you would normally plug in, one device, two devices, three devices, four devices. The plugs on external hard drives, typically they run sideways. So, once you plug in this one device here on your power strip, you're taking up not just one spot, but potentially two or three. And that little change right there, making it so the device runs along the correct path, that's a big plus right there, because anytime you're dealing with something like a external hard drive, if you have it available, it's always best to use a power supply, or better yet, a battery backup. So that way, if there's any kind of loss of power, you don't have to worry about your data or anything like that potentially being corrupted. So, that's a big plus right there. Like I said, I find this drive very reliable. I think I've covered pretty much about everything, you know, that would be questioned. Like I said, right now it's on sale at Best Buy for $99. I definitely do find it worth it, and I would recommend it to anyone. In fact, I have. And like I said, if you're using anything from Windows Vista, actually from Windows XP up, or if you're a Mac user using Leopard or Snow Leopard, it'll be good for you. And it's the same things. I have a Linux machine. I didn't get a chance to test it on there yet, but I'm sure it'll work just the same, because my other MyBook, which is even older than this one, it worked fine. So I'm sure it'll work just as well. Any kind of questions, comments, or anything like that, definitely let me know. And as always, I'll be more than happy to help you out the best that I can. Thanks for watching. And one thing that I did do a little bit differently is, normally on my website, I just I embed the YouTube video rather. But what I did was I included some additional text on my website, as well as a couple other product pictures. So you don't have to, but if you want, feel free to head over to itsmichaelw.com and you can see the additional content there. As always, thanks for watching. Any questions, let me know. Thanks.